Recently, we spent some time in the Black Hills of South Dakota.
And I think we may have found our new favorite state park.
Yeah, I think we did.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi, I'm Dina, and we are Rivers to Ridges RV. First things first, we want to let you know we're on a pecan farm.
Pecan tree.
Pecan tree. Makes me hungry for pecan pie. We are at Pecan Valley RV Park in Junction, Texas, and it is fantastic.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
And another thing we wanted to do is give a shout out to Amber. We recently met Amber at a rest area.
Yeah.
She was in her truck. We pulled in front of her. She happened to be watching one of our videos at that exact time, and she texted or
left a comment in the video.
Left a comment that we just pulled in front of her, and she was getting out of her truck to come over and say hi.
And she actually has her own YouTube channel. I believe it's called A Trucking Lady.
Yeah.
So go check that out. But you got to promise to come back to our channel after check out her channel as well. So hey, Amber. Like Dina said, we spent a couple of weeks in Custer, South Dakota, and man, we had so much fun. We never knew there was so much to do in that general area.
No.
And even the town of Custer was a lot of fun. Now it is a very, it's a small town, it's a tourist town. We're not big city people. We really enjoyed the smaller towns. We had a blast. And a couple of places that we've really enjoyed. Dina made me go to the first one, the Gold Pan Saloon.
Oh yeah, I twisted your arm for that.
It's still sore.
Yeah, I would just like to say it was my idea to come back and go to the oldest saloon in the Black Hills.
That's what the seat says.
That's what the seat says. It's carved in the wood.
That's beers why you wanted to come here.
No. This is cool. Look. Oldest saloon in the Black Hills. Here we go.
The Gold Pan Saloon, right in the main street of town. That was a lot of fun. They do say they're the oldest saloon.
Yeah.
I believe. We can't verify that, but
sure
it doesn't matter. It was. We still had fun. And you get to go through the saloon doors too. So
it was really a cool old little place though. Everything had the wagon wheel chandeliers and everything was old town. It was really cool.
It was really.
And another thing, they have really cool painted buffalo throughout the city, the little town.
The town does, yeah.
And different scenes, and I thought that was pretty cool too.
It was pretty
really
neat. Another place that we really enjoyed in town was the Purple Pie. Purple Pie Place?
The Purple Pie Place.
Purple Pie Place.
The Purple Pie Place. Yay.
After you come out of the saloon, you need to wash it down with a pie and some ice cream. Head over to the Purple Pie Place.
It's also a restaurant. They have really good
Nobody goes there for the food, though. It's the pie and ice cream.
People do, actually, but the pie and ice cream are really good.
But you can sit outside and enjoy a piece of pie and some ice cream.
Rodeo even enjoyed it.
Yeah, Rodeo did too. One of the reasons why we were even in this area was Custer State Park. And honestly, we didn't really give too much thought about it. We personally like the national parks, and when it comes to state parks, if we're in the area, we'll stop by and see them, but it's not our top priority. And man, we were wrong on this one,
yeah,
huh?
we definitely got this one wrong. We are so grateful for being able to stop.
Could have been a national park with the wildlife and the scenery and stuff. It was definitely worth it. And one of the things we did was just a fun little drive. Is something called the Needles Highway.
Right.
Well, we made it to Needles Highway. We couldn't take our truck, our tow vehicle here. It's a dually. Some of these tunnels are literally just a couple inch clearance on either side. So since we like the Polaris so much in Cody, Wyoming, we rented another Polaris here in Custer, South Dakota. So we're going to do the Needles Highway today. Why we had to rent a Polaris again. The Needles Highway, that's definitely, it's fun. It's a fun trip. A dually, personally, I wouldn't do it in a dually. Anything smaller than that, though, and I think you're fine. The state park also has a couple interior roads. We're going to talk about the wildlife loop road in a minute. That kind of goes around the whole park. There are a few little interior roads, though, that go east and west inside the park. They're gravel. We happened to take these one evening, just, I think we were looking for elk one evening, and the park ranger said, try these roads. And they were actually a lot of fun.
Yeah,
they were pretty cool. Hardly any traffic on them at all. And to our surprise, mostly
not rough.
No, but it wasn't bad at all. And to our surprise, on one of these interior roads, we got to a horse corral, a horse camp, I think it's what, a horse camp.
Yeah.
So literally there's probably 20, 30 different, I guess, campers there.
Yeah.
Everybody had horses, and it looks like they had corrals for the horses and everything all set up.
Beautiful
so
place.
I'm imagining these people, you know, in the mornings will go out horseback riding and come back, and they all hang out together because they all have similar interests and all. So that was just one of the interior roads we went into. So that was, I think, worth it as well.
Right.
That was definitely a lot of fun. But probably the main road, the road that everybody wants to do, is called the Wildlife Loop Trail. And what this is it's a road that kind of circles most of the park, and it's for looking for wildlife. So a lot of people will be on there in the morning, you know, sunrise, and you know, sunset, when the sun's starting to go down. That's when the wildlife is out quite a bit. It's something that's, I think we drove this probably every evening we were there because of the wildlife. It was a lot of fun. One of the animals we did see were the pronghorn, or I think some people call them antelope. And we happened, I don't know why,
Are
but
they called pronghorn antelope?
they might be, or pronghorn or antelope. If you know, let us know. Leave because I don't know.
Pronghorn antelope.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's what they are. But I just wanted to butt in for a second. If you haven't ever seen a pronghorn, you need to see one. They are beautiful. Like they're detailed. They're the details in their colors and their markings
lines
are just beautiful.
Unreal. They really are.
Out here the grass is green, the sky is always bright blue, the ocean's a little deeper, if you can see it like I do. Can't think of nothing better, come up enjoy the view.
She's like, here.
I'm done.
Every dream that comes true.
Aww.
Life is better on the bright side. I got a pocket full of sunshine. I see it all in a new light. Life is better on the bright side.
Now, we happen to see a lot of those at the Wildlife Center, I believe is what it's called, or Wildlife Station Visitor Center. This is on the Wildlife Loop Trail, kind of on the southeastern side. I don't know if they're going to be there all the time, but they were definitely hanging out there when we were there. So they were a lot of fun. We got a lot of good pictures and video of the pronghorns, and that was actually pretty cool as well. Something else, I think we were really fortunate. We saw some bighorn sheep as well. And we were actually driving one afternoon to the Wildlife Loop Trail. We didn't even get to it. We were around, is it Coolidge Campground?
Coolidge Campground.
Coolidge Campground, which is kind of the north central area of the park. And we just happened to see about a dozen bighorn sheep grazing in a field literally 5 feet from our truck. They were right next to the road. And the coolest thing of that, we probably watched them for 5 minutes. They eventually walked across the road, and we were able to watch them climb back up into the rocks, I guess where they live.
Silent prayers, open sky, together we go, wild frontier, morning light, and all that follows. In the sun, in the storm,
it was just fun watching them. Like, they had their own trails.
Yeah.
They knew how to navigate through the rocks.
Almost played like follow the leader too, even the little baby.
Like, they would do it. We watched them actually do one little switchback. They would all, one at a time, would jump up on a rock, do a 180 and jump up on another rock, and everyone did it. So it's kind of, I guess they learned their own trails. That was really neat to watch as well. So that was pretty neat with the bighorn. One of my favorite animals is the elk. We were very fortunate. We got to see a lot of elk. We actually saw them on multiple days as well. The first time we saw them, again, on the Wildlife Loop Trail, there's a very small airport kind of on the very eastern side of the park. I don't even know if it's still active or not, but there's an airport there.
I don't know.
And one of the park rangers told us that's generally where the elk will hang out, somewhere in that general area. And sure enough, one of the days we were there, we got to see them all up on a big meadow or in a hill in the far back. We probably saw a few hundred of them at that point. Another evening we saw them kind of by that Coolidge campground again. Maybe 30 or 40 on the side of the road. That was pretty neat. And another evening in the southern part of the Wildlife Loop Trail, we saw maybe 20 or 30 then. So apparently they can be anywhere at any time. And one of the park rangers did tell us those interior roads that we were talking about, lots of times you can see the elk on those interior roads too. So don't just limit yourself to the Wildlife Loop Trail. There's some other options there as well. So
take the road less traveled. See
definitely,
more.
definitely.
Oh, the prairie dogs. The prairie dogs. If you don't see the prairie dogs,
you're not looking.
You need to open your eyes.
They are everywhere.
They're so cute, and they go.
How's that go?
Barking. They bark. You can hear them everywhere.
That's a pretty sick prairie dog.
Oh my goodness,
they were pretty neat.
They are so cool.
Yeah,
They're
we're just
so cute.
Driving around looking for, elk and stuff like that, and you look down low and all you see are these little mounds of dirt.
And they're fat little things.
They are fat.
They're so fat.
Yeah. They are fun to watch.
They look like big anthills, but they're not anthills. They're prairie dog homes.
Yeah. So that's actually
so cute.
It's actually pretty neat as well.
They're very entertaining, and they're not afraid of the buffalo either.
No, not at all. Yeah. Speaking of buffalo, I think that's probably one of the main reasons people go to the park is the buffalo. They have a herd. I believe they told us about 1,300 buffaloes, somewhere in 1,500 somewhere in there. We saw the buffalo 3 or 4 different times. From what we're told, they generally hang out at the southern end of the Wildlife Loop. There's actually some buffalo corrals down there. If you look on one of the park maps, you'll see buffalo corrals. They're usually in that general area. But yeah, they're a lot of fun.
Wake up, the world is smiling. Got the sun on my side today.
It's a bittersweet day. Our last day in Custer State Park.
It is.
It's kind of sad.
It is sad.
But what a great send-off we have. We just went through a herd of probably 1,000 buffalo. We had a blast.
And if you listen carefully, you'll hear the prairie dogs chirping.
Yeah, we got a ton of prairie dogs and a ton of buffalo behind us. It's been an awesome day. We're heading over to the Buffalo Center.
The Bison Center.
Bison Center. We didn't make it there though because it took us an hour to get through these buffalo jams. So I can think of worse places to be. So
life is better on the bright side. Out here the grass is green. The sky is always bright blue. The ocean's a little deeper. If you can see it like I do. Can't think of nothing better.
There's nothing to be stuck in a buffalo jam. You'd be driving, there could be 50 cars stopped because all the buffalo are right in the middle of the road or crossing. So that's always fun. You get kind of close. You get to listen to them snorting and things and just walking. So it's kind of neat
really
to
cute. A
watch.
lot of babies.
Yeah, and just their the way that the bigger ones protect the babies, it was nothing to see a big one stop in front of a car to let the babies go across, and then the big one. It happened more than once. Yeah. So it was actually pretty neat.
Yeah, it happened quite a bit actually.
And from what we're told, They just recently opened the Buffalo Center.
The Buffalo Center. The Bison Center.
The Bison Center.
The Bison Center.
We did get to go to that, and that was pretty cool. It's a little museum.
What a beautiful building.
What'd you say?
You're so nice.
Huh? What'd you say?
I'm taking a picture of everything.
Do that again?
Danny. You know those donkeys that we just left?
Yeah.
You should be in their herd, in their pack, jackass.
Yeah,
It's like an old, it's like a barn, not old.
Yeah.
It's like a barn, but the way they did it, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Great exhibit.
It's definitely worth going in. We talked to the ranger in there. He told us to give a lot of information about, they do a buffalo roundup every year.
Yeah, which we just missed.
Yeah, we just missed that.
We were just leaving that weekend before.
So that's definitely worth. We really enjoyed our time there. And we learned quite a bit about the buffalo or the bison while we were there too.
Right.
But I think one of the
biggest surprises for us. Was the best.
we knew going into Custer we knew about the buffalo, we knew about the elk, we knew about the pronghorn,
and maybe the bighorn sheep.
Yeah, but we have never heard of the Begging Burros. This was hilarious.
Oh my God. Hi. Oh my gosh, Danny, look. Hi. Here, you want a big one? Here. There you go. There you go.
Apparently they have a herd of roughly 10 to a dozen wild donkeys. They, again, every time we've seen them was kind of around the buffalo in the southern end of the wildlife loop, hanging out by the road. And if you see them, you'll know why. They're beggars. That's all they do. The first time.
They want your peanuts, your crackers, your chips, your Cheez-Its.
Anything you have.
Yeah, anything you have, they'll take.
Apparently, from what we were told, yeah, not at all. From what we were told, I think we even spoke to one of the park rangers about this to verify. Believe it or not, they don't mind you feeding the donkeys. They do prefer you feed them like carrots, something healthy. They did say.
We saw a lady try to give one a cut up apple, and he didn't want anything to do with that apple.
We're told their favorite though are saltine crackers.
Yeah.
So, hint, hint. You know, if you have some saltine crackers, you may want to stuff them away in your car. But they did say they do prefer you to, you know, carrots or something. We do know they love carrots too. So that was a lot of fun.
And peanuts.
And yeah, they ate a whole can of our peanuts one day.
Yeah.
So that was probably
really cool.
Our funnest wildlife adventure, I think.
That was really fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it really was. Now, we did get to go on a hike while we were there as well. This is the only hike we did. To be honest with you, we had more fun with the wildlife than hiking. We did go on one hike. It was called Lover's Leap Trail.
Yep.
It was about a 4-mile hike. I think by the time we did some little side things and all, we did about 4.5 miles by the time we got done with it. Well, we're finally getting out. We're at Custer State Park. We're going to try a little 4-mile loop trail. What's it called?
Lover's Leap.
Lover's Leap. So if one of us doesn't come back, they must have left. Leaped.
Left.
Prayers, open sky. Together we go. Wild frontier, morning light, and all that follows. In the sun, in the storm. It's all or nothing. Here with you, I'm so sure we're on to something. Run into the night, you and me, looking up, and now we see the world it waits to be discovered. Every moment filled with wonder. Oh, we know what we were meant for. This great adventure.
We did have to cross like a half a dozen creeks.
Oh, a dozen, more like a dozen,
Lover's Leap Trail. And a lot of them, we thought we would be getting wet, our feet wet. We actually brought water shoes in case, but then we got there and they actually had wood boards going like permanent. wood boards.
Yeah, bridges going across.
Like
so, yeah, we actually brought water shoes.
Yeah.
We never had to use them. So it was actually a really...
Unless you want to get wet.
Yeah, unless you wanted to. So Custer State Park, I got to say, I would go back in a heartbeat.
It was beautiful.
Again, it's just outside of Custer, South Dakota. And if you go there, if you may have seen some of our other videos, we did a video on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
We did that one already. We'll put a link up to that if you want to watch that. We did another video on the Custer Crazy Horse Campground that we stayed at. We interviewed the owners of that.
Twyla and Todd and Debbie and
Dana or Daniel?
Danny,
yeah. So we did, that was another video we did up in that area. And we're going to do some more here coming up. But we really want to talk about Custer State Park.
Highly recommend it.
We want to do a video just on its own because there was so much to see there and we had so much fun. And I would go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I hope we go back someday.
Yeah, I do. If you've ever been to Custer, let us know and leave some comments. Let us know what your favorite part was, or if we missed something. Just let somebody else know.
Or let us know if now that you've watched the video, if we've talked you into going, you won't be sorry. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much for watching our video. We hope you guys have a great week.
Remember, always live life to the fullest.
Safe travels and God bless.